Welcome back to another episode of the online Dynasty with the Dope Swag Money League. Penn State Nittany Lions have worked their way up to number 2 in the nation with their current undefeated record. So far, they've signed 4 4-star guys along with 5 3-star recruits. A solid class so far, sitting right within the top 10 and a good start to the season. And in the meantime, they've even added a pipeline for the following season. There you see Michigan with the green dot. We're going to be losing Delaware as a pipeline, but I'm not too concerned about losing any top talent out of the state of Delaware. We're picking up Michigan. That's a big one. There's a lot of inner city talent in Detroit along with in other places in the state of Michigan. And so that's a fun one to pick up. We've also got Ohio. There's some potential there in Ohio. We've got 3 guys targeted along with California. 3 guys targeted there. And we currently have 1 from each of those states. Take a look at the map, though. Pretty interesting. You don't traditionally see so much of a scatter whenever you take a look at the recruiting map. Just a nice visualization of what Penn State has as far as their reach goes. Kind of a neat little thing to see there. BYU still dominating the Heisman race, and I knew Solomon, number 5, has stepped up into that race. We're going to be facing him today, the Arizona Wildcats quarterback. On the awards trail, we've got Jordan Lucas trying to track down a couple of awards on the defensive side. Christian Hackenberg had himself a decent season so far. Probably too many interceptions to really win the Davey O'Brien Award, but it's good to see him get a little bit of recognition there. Deshaun Hamilton has done well for himself, the sophomore wide receiver, number 4 on the current chase for the Blitnikoff Receiver of the Award, and then Kyle Carter leading the way as a tight end, trying to win the Mackey Award. Definitely a favorite target of Hackenberg. And then you've got Angelo Mangiro, the center for the Nittany Lions, trying to win a couple awards. Number 2 in the Remington and within the top 10 as it comes to the Outland Trophy for the best offensive lineman. Garrett Sickles, the defensive end, the sophomore, having himself a decent year. And then Gary Wooten himself, the middle linebacker, having himself a good season as well. On the Thorpe Award trail, Jordan Lucas, he's got a lot of tackles, but he's also got some interceptions to go with it. No one on the Nittany Lions squad really has a lot of interceptions, but the team has a lot of guys with 2 or 3, so it's spread out well. And then Joe Julius has done a good job kicking the ball for Penn State so far, so getting a little recognition. Looking back on last week, North Carolina took down Pitt. Washington State dropped TCU in a high-scoring game. West Virginia struggled against Arizona. And Michigan State was dropped by BYU 66-43. And then you might remember Penn State took down Oklahoma State as well. So moving ahead to this week, we've got Baylor taking on undefeated and number 4 BYU. TCU goes on the road to take on Mississippi State, a battle of 4-4 squads. Oklahoma State going to Pitt to take on the Panthers, and then West Virginia at 5-3 taking on North Carolina at 6-3. And then finally today's game, what I've got for you, 8-0 Penn State, number 2 on the road going to Arizona. Penn State hoping not to fall into the trap that so many Big Ten teams do when they head to the state of Arizona to take on the Wildcats or the Arizona State Sun Devils. It's a tough place. It's where Big Ten seasons are often ruined, and so Penn State is not looking forward to this contest a whole lot, but it's on the schedule and they've got to play it. And so early on, it's a good look at what Anu Solomon can do, but he hands it off. He's got some good quality backs there. Jared Baker taking the first one, and then the second one, but this time for a loss. Penn State stepping it up on the perimeter. Coming up with a stop leads to a 3rd and 7. Solomon stands in the pocket. This time, though, he gets smart and throws it away. Doesn't take any chances. Having just a great year so far. Very limited in his interceptions. I believe only thrown like 4 or 5 to 21 touchdowns. Penn State, though, with the ball, trying to get things going on the ground. Akeel Lynch with a 9-yard carry there. Picking up the first down a little bit later on 3rd down. Hackenberg scrambling around. He decides to throw it away. Whoa, we've never seen that from him before. Leads to a 4th down. They're in plus territory. Going to go for it. Hackenberg trickles out to the right side. He's got a guy open, but he overthrows Kyle Carter. 0 for 2 start for Hackenberg. Arizona's going to start with the ball inside their own 40. A screenplay and a couple of blockers. Garrett Taylor falls down, gets up, misses the tackle. Not a good play for him all around, but Penn State's able to salvage that one. Baker, though, on the next play, takes the handoff and scoots around the corner. Arizona inside of the 25-yard line. Now inside the 15, ready to score. It's 1st and 10. There's a pass. Grant takes it down. It's 1st and goal. And on the very next play, Baker with the handoff and the touchdown. The Wildcats are excited. They're pumped up. Penn State, the number 2 team coming in. You know the Wildcats want to take them down. They want to be that team. They're upset-minded and ready to go. Hackenberg back on offense, showing something we don't see very often, the read option. Doing that smart thing and sliding down. There's 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Penn State yet to get on the board. This is an offense that's usually fairly explosive and quick to react. Hopefully this inspires them to get back in the game. Kyle Carter with a nice reception. Gets the Nittany Lions across midfield. A couple plays later, Deshaun Hamilton with a 12-yard pickup. One of the leading receivers in the nation, I believe number 2 in receptions and receiving yards. Later on, Hackenberg on play action. He's got Kyle Carter wide open. There's nobody going to get to him in time. That's a touchdown. It's a tie game. 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Anu Solomon with play action. Drops back. He throws it. He's got Griffey who he dropped it and then he caught it again. And I think it faked out the secondary. Everybody tried to play the bobble and they slowed down. Griffey, though, kept going. Trey Griffey with the touchdown. Arizona back on top by a touchdown. 15 seconds to go. Look at Akeel Lynch just manning up and running around, shaking off tackles. And that's probably going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Penn State, just what they were kind of afraid of. Going on the road at night in a foreign time zone. But they've got to fight anyways. Bringing it up into the second quarter here. A nice pass by Hackenberg. He finds Geno Lewis on the flag route. Later to Akeel Lynch. The give on 2nd and 10, and he rumbles down inside the 15. 1st and 10 now. Hackenberg steps back, almost sacked. He patiently waits for Hamilton to clear across. Hits him in the zone. And then the next play, Kyle Carter, the tight end. My goodness, just give this man the Mackey Award already. Kyle Carter, another touchdown. Brings the Nittany Lions back into the game. If they need a catch, if they need anything, just dial up number 87, and he is your man. Definitely going to miss that senior next year are the Nittany Lions. But no time for nostalgia. Arizona back on offense. Lots of time in the pocket for Solomon, who finds Trevor Wood on the 19-yard pickup. Solomon still standing around. Nobody getting in there. Throwing it up to Trey Griffey. Leads to a 4th and 1. They're gonna go for it. Unbelievable. I really thought Arizona would go for the field goal and take the points. A blessing in disguise for Penn State as they gave up the big gain on that 3rd and long. It convinced Arizona to go for it, and they were able to stop them. Penn State wasn't able to do anything with the ball, though. Punted it back to the Wildcats, who now have it with 1.5 minutes to go. Still tied at 14. Now 1st and 10 at the 25. Solomon drops back. He finds Phillips across the middle. The shifty slot receiver shakes a couple of tacklers. Nate Phillips down with the 1st down inside the 15. Later the give to Baker, and he rams his way in. Jared Baker is just tearing apart Penn State. What a run. The young man is owning this Big Ten defense. Wasn't quite geared up for that kind of power running game from a short, shifty guy. And oh no, Deshaun Hamilton goes down on that play. Penn State trying to get some points before half. Crossing is Tompkins, who spins around, gets into the wash spin cycle. With 14 seconds to go, Penn State trying to get a few points out of this. Hackenberg scrambling around. Look at him throwing it away, doing the smart thing once again. And unlike the Wildcats, the Nittany Lions trying to do the smart thing. They kick the field goal, take the points. And the number 2 Penn State squad is down by 4 at half. Better than a touchdown, though. They get the ball first in the second half. Move it right along, get down past past midfield, and then a throw down to Kyle Carter gets him inside the 10-yard line. Split the safeties, did the tight end, and gets the Nittany Lions down for now a 4th and goal situation. Oh, and they're going to go for it, not taking the field goal this time. Hackenberg drops back, and he's got Hamilton, who's back. Apparently he was only shaken up for a short time on the slant pattern. Hackenberg waited for him to clear, did a nice job. finished his route, caught the ball, touchdown. Penn State has the lead 24-21 now with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Really ate up a lot of clock on that drive. Anu Solomon now sitting with a 3rd and 16 after that loss on the previous play. It's going to set up a screen. Taylor sheds a blocker. He hurdled him, gets a hand on Baker, and the rest of the Penn State squad was there. Brings up 4th and 12 and a punt. Penn State gets the ball near midfield. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Akil Lynch, the power back, getting up inside, running the A-gap, and just dominating things. Later, the pitch to Allen after Lynch was a little banged up and tired. The shiftier Mark Allen getting himself a nice little gain there. Down inside the 15. Now it's 3rd and goal as we close out the third quarter, bringing up a crucial play here for Penn State. You know the Wildcats are going to be gunning here in the fourth. And so, Mark Allen, not the power back, unable to pick it up. Penn State goes for it on 4th and goal, and they're sacked. Hackenberg couldn't even get into his drop. It was just a 3-step drop on slants. You would think, if anything, he'd be able to get that one off. He wasn't able to. And then Baker, the handoff, even though they're deep inside their own territory, how quickly they've gotten out to midfield. Now with the man in motion, Solomon keeps it on 3rd and 1, though. Gets a loss on the play. It's 4th and 3. Arizona down, has to punt. Playing smarter this time. Now the give to Allen with Akil Lynch still out. Picks up the first down, unable to stay in bounds. But they do pick up the first down. Kyle Carter, the trusty tight end. Later, a play action pass. This one goes out to the other tight end, Brenneman. He picks up a few yards, a first down. Adam Brenneman, a nice guy to go to. They haven't thrown to him a whole lot. Mostly they go to that man, Kyle Carter. Another first down, though. A few plays later, 3rd and 9. Hackenberg drops back. And he throws into traffic, and it's intercepted. This one might go to the house. We've got an offensive lineman trying to get a hand on him, and he barely does. Thank goodness. That one would have been a recipe for disaster right there. A tough one to come back from. Forced to drive the rest of the way. Anu Solomon goes down for a sack, brings up 4th and 8. A critical play with 1:14 to go, and he completes the pass to Darryl Cloy. 18-yard pickup. It's a first down. Less than a minute now. 53 seconds and ticking. 2nd and 10. Solomon drops back, scrambles around, and he gets sacked. Dropped for a 6-yard loss. Arizona down to only 1 timeout left. The clock's ticking. They're not going to use it yet. Penn State comes out in man coverage, ready for pass. It's 3rd and 16. The pressure's on. And the pass probably could have been picked by Garrett Taylor. Instead, he deflects it. It brings up a field goal with 29 seconds, and they punch it through. It's a tie game. 26 seconds to go. The kickoff. Penn State, can they get into good field position?
That time he did a really nice job of getting his team into range to be able to get that time field goal.
Across midfield. Got some open field. Down the sideline.
And Geno Lewis broke a tackle, spun off the group, and rambled down the sideline, and was even smart enough to run out the clock a little bit, leaving only 9 ticks in the game. Anu Solomon throws it up. Oh my goodness, they got past the coverage. Michael Golden somehow saves the day with the tackle. There's 2 seconds left. Arizona needs a touchdown. Solomon drops back. He throws it up. It's 2-on-1, and somehow Campbell comes down with the pick. What a horrible display of defense to close out that game for Penn State. Lucky to survive once again. Wow, an incredible finish. We thought it was wrapped up when it came down to that kickoff return for the touchdown. But it took a defensive effort to clinch it for the Nittany Lions, who on the day really did a solid job. If it wasn't for a couple of poor choices by Hackenberg and that interception, it really could have been more of a stretched out victory. But either way, a win is a win. Penn State continues as the number 2 team, continues as an undefeated squad, and now have a crucial contest which stretches beyond just wins and losses, but also the in-state rivalry against the Pitt Panthers. That one's coming up to you next. You won't want to miss that. We'll see you then. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, comment, or share below, and subscribe if you haven't. And next time you're shopping online at Amazon or eBay, use the links I've provided in the description below to help support my channel. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.